So here we go. Here he is. It leaked online. These are images that are probably going to be posted by Hasbro in the very near future, but lo and behold, stuff just is always on a slippery slope. And here we got him. Transformers War for Cybertron, Leader Class, Galvatron. In his robot mode, we're going to obviously have some images in the future of the alt mode. We have some teaser images of the alt mode and canon mode, but there's some interesting stuff going on here, so let's discuss that of this robot mode that we have here. So, like we discussed before, we got that purple. It is confirmed it's going to be that purple. It's going to be that more non-show accurate purple, but like I said before, this isn't our studio series 86 Galvatron. This is a Kingdom interpretation. Although there is stuff here. There is stuff here that bleeds over into other stuff that we collect, and we're going to get into that in a moment. So let's look at Galvatron's robot mode. He has a little bit of weathering on his chest, again, going with that style that we've already gotten used to with Siege and Earthrise. So here we go again with more of that weathering kind of thing. It's bothersome to some people, but it is what it is, like I say, at the end of the day. Head sculpt is very cool, going for that more show-accurate head sculpt. I really dig it. I mean, Galvatron has had quite the journey in mass retail Transformer stuff to get a proper head sculpt, and so I dig this one. Looks really good. I feel that the shoulder pieces are probably, I don't want to say mistransformed, but probably one of two ways to display it. So the shoulder pieces are kind of down like that. But let's talk about his guns. So his guns are 100% based off of the Revenge, his ship that Unicron gave him. Now, this ties into the interview that the Lucas brothers had with Hasbro about Unicron, specifically the War for Cybertron HasLab Unicron, in that the display base that came with Unicron had spots for the ships that were included with Unicron and spots for future product. And we didn't know what that meant, but we knew that that means we're probably going to get more ships and more little figures. We know that the Centurion Army Builder / weapons pack Hasbro Pulse item came with a little Optimus Prime that fits with that little display. And now we got a Revenge ship right here. Granted, it's not the purpley that we were used to, but we got the Revenge right here to now go on also. I guess two of them, oddly enough. They didn't really need to give two, but there's two here. So why not? Why not? Maybe they gave two so you could give one to a friend. And Galvatron has his clear cannon, so that's really cool. It wasn't a painted. They went for clear, so that's really cool to get the nice orange going on there. Looks really good. Looks really good. Again, some people are not a fan of him being a leader class, but we don't really have the rollout of how tall this figure is going to be, despite the fact that it's a leader class. It could be a smaller leader class. It could be that they're using these two Revenge ships to kind of justify maybe a smaller leader class and say, well, the plastic went to this, so he's a little shorter, and then he'll be into scale with some of the other characters and work out better. That's one explanation I could think of. Maybe there's more accessories here that we don't know about, and this is just, one angle of it. Again, we only have this like teaser black and white image that surfaced maybe a couple hours ago of the alt mode, but the alt mode looks pretty much like as it should. Looks like Galvatron in his cannon mode, and he looks great. I have nothing to complain about, considering the lineage that we've had to go through up to this point with a Titan's Return figure that was really a big miss in a lot of ways. And then when we go to even that deluxe class figure that we got during the Universe 2.0 era that a lot of people weren't feeling either and had a whole bunch of different repaints, this is nice to see. It took legit 10 years to get to this point from when they started doing that more modernized G1 Galvatron kind of look. And obviously third-party companies got in on it, and we had little PVC figures that did a better job, but they didn't transform, and little titaniums that did a better job that didn't transform. But it's nice to finally get something from Hasbro in a nice price point, in a nice design, that transforms, that looks like it looks from the Fluoro Deary design all those years ago. Now, again, we're probably going to see this mold again at some point in the future, so don't think this is the only release. We're probably going to get different color schemes, maybe a generation selects, G1 Galvatron done in toy colors, and a year or two from now, we're going to probably get a Studio Series 86 Galvatron at some point. And it won't be this mold. It'll be something else. It'll be probably something that's more in the tune of the colors that we're used to. But this is what we got right now. Soak it in. Enjoy it. And hopefully we're going to learn more about this in the near future. Let me tell you something. Just like last week, we had a lot of news that we had to cover on the stream on Saturday nights. I get a feeling we're going to have a lot of the same of that coming this week.